Hi, welcome to our class with Miss Ravisada and Master Jerwin. Today, we are going to study Photoshop. So now, let's start with Photoshop. The objectives of this lesson is to be familiar with the Photoshop environment, understand the concept and use the Photoshop, create graphics and manipulate images using the different tools and plugins of Photoshop. The question is, what is Photoshop? What is Photoshop? Photoshop is the leading professional image editing program released by Adobe. Photoshop is useful for both creating and editing images to be used in print or online. Easy to use, but full of high quality features. Photoshop is the best choice for any image manipulation job. Now, the question is where you can use Photoshop. Number one, you can use it to your PowerPoint or presentations. Number two, publications and layouts, like handout and brochures. It can be used as well to World Wide Web, such as graphics for web designs, navigations. Also in video segmenting, digital materials. Photoshop is good for restoration and manipulation of photo, as you can see in the example below. It is working good as well in colors and shapes, as well in text, also working with graphics and images. Now let's go to Photoshop interface. Now the first one is the menu bar. The second one is the toolbar. The third one is the panel. Next is the option bar. And then 5 is Adobe Bridge. Here are the 5 parts of the working environment of the Photoshop. So now, let's get started with Photoshop. So firstly, we are going to create new file. So when you first open Photoshop, here is what it looks like. All you have to do is to click on the File menu and then New, and then type a name for your work. Example, work 1, and decide the size of your work. So for me, I'm just gonna leave it as A4. So I'm gonna click OK. Here, what it looks like. So as you can see, a background has been added to my layer panel. Now let's dig deeper with the menu bar. So in the menu bar, you can see the File, Edit, Image, Layer, Type, Select, Filter, View, Window, and Help. So in the old Photoshop, you can see in the menu, we have File, Edit, Image, Layer, Filter, View, and Windows. So I'm using a new one. Now let's go to File menu. In File menu, you can see Save, Save As, Save for Web. B, we have Import, Export. Import means bring another image into the canvas you're working. And export, sending the image you are working to another or to other application. And the last one is print. Now let's go to edit menu. So you can see there, undo, step forward and backward. So undo is to cancel the last work or to go back. Step forward, or we can say this is redo. So move to the next stage which you did. And step backward, move to the previous stage which you did. And we have also copy in. cut, copy, paste. Cut, get rid of a part of which you select. And copy, copy a part you select. And paste, attach the part you copied. So as you can see, we have here the shortcut key on the right side of each tab. Now let's go to image. We have mode, we have select a type of color, we have image size, canvas size. So image size, change the size of the image. Canvas size, change the size of the canvas where you are working. Like example, in my Photoshop, as you can see, I'm working with the A4, so I can change that one size. Let's say this one is 30 and the other side is 35. So let's change the background color into white and click OK. And when you click OK, it will automatically change the size of your canvas. Now let's go to the next one. We have layer. So new layer. What else? New layer, to create new layer. Delete or get rid of a layer you selected. Next, arrange, change the order of layers, and merge, make layers into one layer. Next, filter. So as you can see in the filter, various kinds of technical effects. View. In the view, you can see there we have zoom in, zoom out, we have print size, and also extras. Okay, print size help you to print only what you need, and extras showing horizontal and vertical lines by dividing into separate sectors. Next, we have the windows. Okay, in the windows, the same function with view in other window applications such as MS Office. You can select what you want to make visible on your page and what you don't want to make visible on your page. Now let's move on to the toolbar. Okay, here are some sets of toolbars. We have marquee, lasso, magic wand, craft, number 2, move, 3, brush, gradient, paint bucket, 4, eraser. We have 5, clone stamp, pattern stamp, smudge, dodge, sponge, text, and number 8, set foreground and background color. Now let's go to marquee tool. Marquee, we have marquee tool, lasso tool, magic wand, and craft. So as you can see, here are the icon that you can see in your Photoshop application. So a marquee, what is marquee? Select a part of an image you are working with, arrange for forms such as a rectangular or elliptical. Next, lasso tool, draw selection paths freehand with a mouse. If you click and hold, you can change the tool so that you can draw polygons. Next, magic wand, select all the same color of similar colored adjacent pixels. Crop the image. The selected area will be surrounded with blinking dotted line. The next one is move. Okay, here is the icon. Move the image on a selected layer to the other part of canvas you are working. Next, we have brush, gradient, paint bucket. So here is the icon, and as you can see, it's right over here, all of those. So we have here gradient. This helps you to paint stage by stage with more than 2 colors. Next is paint bucket. Fill out or crop part with just one click of this tool. Next one, we have erase. Erase what you crop or where you click with your mouse after selecting this tool. Number 5, we have clone stamp, pattern stamp. Clone stamp, copy a selected part and restore it where you want. Next is pattern stamp. This is nearly the same tool with clone stamp, but you can arrange the shape you crop and you can use it as a fixed shape. Next is smudge, dodge, and sponge. Smudge effect as such rubbing canvas with fingers. Next, dodge, make it bright the part where you scrub with this tool. See, sponge, saturate or desaturate selected part of an image. Text, type in various characters. Next, set for background and background color. So for background color, the color of image, what you draw with a drawing tool such as brush tool. Background color, when you use the gradient tool, the color will be different from the foreground color. Now let's go with palette. So as you can see, we have here color swatches, styles, palette history, action tools, preset palette, and layer palette. So as you can see, here is the color swatch style palette. So color palette mix the color, basically RGB colors, and select it for the foreground and background colors. You can choose colors among the samples of colors. You can choose a special effect of colors on the layer you selected, such as text, buttons, and image. Next, history, action, tool, preset palette. So as you can see, here it is. History palette. Photoshop automatically saves the process of your work. Basically, 20 steps prior to the current work. Action palette, save basic technical effects and adjust it to more than one image. Tool preset palette, select the brush which you made and save. Next is the layer palette. Layer palette separate each step of works from others by making layers and working different steps on each layer. You can make separate effects on each layer. Okay, for our first project, we're going to create a coat design. Alright, so we're going to create a coat design, same as this. So here is the before. Okay, so all you have to do is to get a quote from a famous person and download his or her picture. Then after that, I'm going to show you the step-by-step how to create this. Okay, so here is the before, and right here is the after. So now we have only how many layers? As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that one is background. So now let's get started. So go to File, New, and for me, I'm going to use the International Paper A4, and I'm going to swap the value of the width and the height to make them landscape. So now I'm going to swap, so I'm just going to copy this, copy, and paste it right here, and I'm going to put this one right here, 210, and 300 in resolution. Then just click OK when you're finished. Now what you're going to do, we're going to download a photo of Albert Einstein. Okay, so we're going to download, right click, copy image. So after that, if you have the photo, you can just simply go to file if you have downloaded it, place, and locate the picture where you save your photo. So but for my case, I just copy the photo from the Google. All I have to do is to type. I'm going to type Control plus V, okay, and it will automatically paste on my canvas. Now if you have already pasted it, and if you think it's so small, the easiest way to transform this, we're going to use free transform. Alright. Alright, free transform is Control T, so you have to select the picture and hit the bottom Control plus T. Control plus T. Then as you can see, you will have this free transform bounding box, and you can already adjust the size of this image. So now I'm going to put this in the corner, top left, sorry, and I'm going to drag on this side holding shift key. Okay, shift. Okay, hold shift while dragging this. Why I'm doing that? Because I want to maintain the proportion of the picture, because if I'm not going to hold shift, look at this, if I will not hold, it will be deformed. Okay, as you can see, it's deforming. Since I don't want that to happen, I'm going to hold down the shift key. Okay, let's do it again. Control T, then hold down shift. As you can see, even you move it around, it will maintain the proportion of the picture. So I'm going to drag it right over here until here. Okay, and release the shift key. Okay, when that is already like that, you just check it here on the option bar. Okay, here is the option bar. We're going to check that. Okay, alright, so now the next step, what we're going to do is to use the what we call rectangle tool. So where is the rectangle tool? Rectangle tool is right over here. Alright, so you just click that one. Okay, and then you cover all of this face or all of this canvas. Just click from this corner and down it over here. Alright, so as you can see, it has white color. Why? Because in the option bar, you see the option bar right here. Okay, the option bar is right here, the option bar is right here. What we're gonna do, we can change each color. So we are going to use the fill color, which is the center part of the shape. Okay, so we're going to change color into black, or any color that you want. So for me, I'm going to change it into black. Alright, so it's color black right now, and just click it anywhere and it will automatically close this panel. Alright, so now we have this one. How many layers do we have already? So we have 3 layers all in all. Alright, so we have the rectangle one, layer 1, which you can see the picture of Albert Einstein. So now next is we're going to add, okay, on your layer panel you will see here some tools that we can use. Okay, here is the layer panel. At the bottom part of this layer panel, you will see there the adjust or add layer style. Okay, we have add layer mask. We have create new fill or adjust layer. We have create a new group, and we have create a new layer, and also delete layer. So now what we're gonna do, so you can see you have selected this rectangle that you have drawn already. What you're going to do, you go to the add layer mask. What will happen if you click this one? If you click it, another layer beside your rectangle will be added, as you can see. So in one layer there are two artboard. So this one is what you call layer mask. That is the layer mask that is linking to each other. Okay, so we will explain that to you when we go to layer lesson. So now let's continue. For now, let's continue. So the next one is we're going to use gradient tool. Okay, the gradient tool is right over here on your panel, or the shortcut key is letter G. You just click that and go to the option bar. This one is the option bar, and you just click on this option, which is the gradient picker, and you're gonna select the uh, foreground to transparent. Okay, foreground to transparent. Alright, after selecting, okay, just double click on it, 1, 2. Alright, and then we're going to start using this gradient effect on our layer mask. Okay, so from this top center of our layer, okay, so make sure you are selecting the layer mask. How to know that you are selecting the layer mask? When you see these 4 lines, okay, so that means that one, the corner lines, all right, that means you are selecting the layer mask. If you see, if you select, okay, if you select this black rectangle, that means you are selecting this one, and you cannot edit that one. So you just go to the layer mask. See, it's working. But if you click here, it will not work because you are clicking the object, which is the rectangle tool. So we're going to use the layer mask. So now when you do that, you can zoom out. Okay, so we are going to use this all the time. These two are helping us to move around our canvas. So to zoom out, all you have to do is to click on your keyboard, or to press on your keyboard Control plus minus. Control minus, okay, Control minus, that is zoom out, and Control plus, as you can see, zoom in. Alright, zoom out, zoom in. Now let's zoom out so that we can see a smaller canvas. Alright, so now make sure you are selecting the layer mask. Now what we're going to do, we're going to use this gradient tool, as I have told you, and you go to the option bar, select again the foreground to transparent. Okay, just double click on it. Alright, then after that, make sure you hold down shift key. Okay, hold shift and click and drag your mouse. As you can see, if I'm holding shift, it will not shake, or it will not go to any direction. It will go straight down. Alright, look at that, and I'm going to release my mouse. Look what will happen. Alright, as you can see, it's revealing the picture behind. Okay, which one? Which is the layer 1. So you do it again, one more time, so that until, or we can just adjust it like click from here, shift, click and drag until right here, as you can see. Alright, if you want this one more darker, you can just leave it as it is. Alright, so if you think that's okay for you, uh, just leave it as it is. So for me, I think it's okay for me, just like this. So I will leave it as this. So now let's go back to the move tool. Alright, now as you can see in our option bar, as you can see we have here, this is the move tool. We can use auto select. When you check this box, okay, what will happen? If you check this box, whatever things that you are clicking in your canvas, it will be selected automatically. Example, this one, since this one is covering the picture one, it will automatically select. It will automatically select the rectangle one layer. Why? Because it covers everything. It just uses the layer mask. Okay. So, but then you can select each layer by clicking on this layer panel. So the blue highlighted color, that means you are selecting this layer. So now let's move on. Okay, let's just uncheck the auto select. Okay, and let's move on with the next step. Okay, the next step is we're going to draw a shape, another shape, rectangular shape. So all you have to do is to draw right here. Okay, so for me, I'm going to draw it right here. Alright, as you can see, another rectangle. And you go again with the option bar and change its color. Okay, since you cannot see this one, why? Because it's on the arrangement. As you can see, this is the first one, that's why the black one is showing. So what we have to do is to bring this up. Okay, click and drag it up right there. So as you can see, the color is white, but if you drag it down here, as you can see, it will turn into black. Why? Because this black rectangle is on top of this white rectangle too. So now let's move this one up like that. Alright, so and change in your option bar, in your fill color, just select none. Okay, select none. Okay, just click anywhere here, and on your stroke color, so fill color is the middle part of the object, and the stroke color is the outer line of the object. So now let's set it into white, and the size is 3 pt, or you can change if you are if you think it's so small, you just adjust it right here. So you can see it's getting bigger. So now we're going to adjust it like 5, or you can type the size, say 5. Okay, and hit enter, or 3. Okay, so as you can see, alright, this is another rectangle, which is rectangle 2. And what we're going to do, the next one, we're going to type, or we're going to copy the quote of Albert Einstein. Okay, so I'm going to copy it, and bring it to your Photoshop work. So now we will go to the next tool, which is text tool, or horizontal type tool. Okay, just click that, and don't click like this, huh? Alright, don't click like this, because it will give you, when you click this one, that means you are going to type inside the shape. Don't do that, okay? Maybe you can type it right here and Control V. Okay, Control V to paste. Okay, and you can just cut this sound. Try not to become a man of success, but we will stop right there and hit enter to return. Alright, and we can just drag it. As you can see, if you have this arrow, you can drag it automatically. Okay, and make sure you are selecting this layer so that you can drag it. And another one, we'll just put it down. Alright, just like that. And this one, we can change the font size by going to the option bar again. So let's select some font. Okay, where is it? Maybe this one. Okay, it's more good. So I'm going to put it down right here. Okay, and another thing, just put another quote. Okay, just click here and type the quote, and you can drag it right over here. I separated it so that you can adjust it anywhere. Okay, maybe we can make it bigger. Let's say 60. Alright, and another one, just go to check that one and coat it right here, another coat. Alright, and put it there. Okay, just check. Then maybe we can move down a bit the name of Albert Einstein. Alright, so this is how you create, okay, famous quotes from famous people. Alright, so it's very easy, right? So if you have if you have a favorite famous man, famous woman, you can just go to Google and search and make a design about their quotes. Okay, so once again, thank you very much, and thank you for watching. Keep safe, and see you again in our next class.